Financial sustainability during the pandemic.
Lockdowns have been lifted. Businesses are opening up. More people are moving up and about again. We are in the new normal.
COVID-19 has had an overwhelming impact since it was first detected in late 2019. By the end of June 2021, there were roughly 180 million confirmed cases and nearly 4 million recorded deaths, though the actual death may be significantly higher. Are you worried about your finances during this pandemic? Many folks have lost their income, taken pay cuts, had their pay frozen, been put on unpaid leave. Being unprepared for a sudden money crunch is scary. Why it's important to be financially prepared for anything, pandemic or not. When the COVID-19 pandemic struck in all corners of the globe, it became clear to us the more has to be done than to wash our hands properly or wear surgical masks. To contain the spread of the virus, we were told to stay at home or practice social distancing. And just like that, life as we know it came to stand still and would change dramatically. Because while the future is uncertain, we can always take steps to prepare today so we can worry less tomorrow. COVID-19 has affected our lives in different ways, but the lessons we learned from it are essentially the same. Here are the 5 lessons everyone learned or should learn, especially now that most of us are finally back to work. Health is indeed wealth. Your health is your best asset, both physically and financially. Pandemic or not, protecting your health always comes first. And having a good health and being in shape give you more energy to work hard for your family while pursuing your passion. Staying healthy saves you a lot of money too. After all, getting sick is not cheap. You have to pay for medicines, treatment, and confinement. Cost for COVID-19 treatment can reach millions, and so do other critical illnesses like cancer, heart attack, renal failure, or stroke. Good habits are important. For years, we've been told to wash our hands properly, but we never really took it that seriously until this year. Now, it's one of the best lines of defense against COVID-19. With most of us being called back to work or allowed to go outside, hand washing or sanitizing our hands are even more important. Let's not forget to regularly disinfect and clean our homes either. Other precautionary measures we learned recently: leaving our shoes outside, showering and changing into new clothes immediately, and storing dirty laundry in disposable bags. The importance of rainy day fund. It's a good idea to have a rainy day fund to cover expenses in case of emergencies. This is all the more relevant today during the COVID-19 pandemic. As the saying goes, hope for the best but prepare for the worst. How to budget and save for a pandemic. Budget for an emergency fund. In a pandemic, it is difficult to predict when the economy will pick up again. That's why it's good to set aside enough to last you through a prolonged tough spell. People need a sort of savings proposition that can be flexible. They might draw down for the savings at that point. How much should I set aside in this emergency fund? Emergency fund is equals to monthly expenses times 6 months. For example, if your monthly expenses are estimated at $1,000, set aside $6,000 at a minimum. Number 2. Don't lock up all your cash. Try to short-term fixed deposits. Your parents, the Gen Xers, may prefer long-term savings plans. But COVID-19 hit hard and fast, leaving little time to react. Short-term fixed deposit plans offer greater flexibility to access your money when you need it. Number 3. Spot the next big stock. The pandemic has created the world's largest work-from-home exercise. demand for remote work tools has surged. In April 2020, video conferencing app Zoom hit nearly 131 million downloads, 60 times growth from a year ago. Early buyers of tech stocks enjoyed good returns. The investors who made the most returns are those who bought tech stocks with dividends. Information is the key. This year, we've seen how the right information can actually save lives. From patients' travel histories to accurate science-based news about masks and social distancing. But a lot of information is still out there, and not all of it is checked. So when reading the news, check the source. Is it from reputable channel, agency, or publication? Are the statistics and studies from credible research or government organizations? Let us all be vigilant in spotting fake news. It pays to be prepared. The pandemic has shown many of us how extremely dependent we are on our paychecks and daily earnings. With no work or income for more than a month, a lot of us have struggled to make both ends meet. And this will continue with businesses laying off workers and instituting a no work, no pay policy. That is why it is important to be financially prepared and have a financial safety net so you can get through any emergency. It's not too late to start securing your financial future today. Save, invest, and protect.